Okay, hi everyone, good morning. So I'm Adam, will be your moderator for today's webinar. Okay, it is an honor for me to welcome all of you to this free webinar. As you can see on the screen, it will be HR dashboard in Power BI and DAX calculation for comprehensive reporting. So together with me will be our trainer, Jarina Ismail, and we are excited to share valuable insights with you. So let's get this started. But before we start, just allow me to have a quick intro to our speaker, who will be leading us through these valuable insights. Michelle is a Microsoft certified trainer and a Microsoft Office specialist across all the versions. So with extensive experience training user from beginners to power user, she is known for delivering practical, timely solution for end users. So I think all of you are not can't wait for the webinar to start. So without further ado, I would like to invite our speaker today. So Jarina, are you ready?
Yeah, hi Adam. Thank you.
Hi. Okay, so I just pass the floor to you, okay?
Yeah, sure. Hi
All right.
everyone, good morning. So do allow me to share my screen. So I hope you all can see my screen. Hi everyone. First of all, I would like to thank everyone, even though we are going for a long weekend after this, but you all still spend your time to join me. So thank you. And without further delay, I think we will be going into our webinar content already. And while I'm presenting, if you have any question, feel free to put it in the Q&A. And by end of the session, almost around 11:15, we will go through the Q&A and then we will answer the questions accordingly. Yeah? Okay. So Power BI, it's one of the reporting tools, which is, I can say that in Malaysia, even though we are like not as other countries, but recently it is becoming very popular software to use, especially those who are involving in reporting. So before this, we are doing reporting in Excel. Of course, I don't deny that Excel is a very powerful tool to do reporting. But anyhow, when technology get improved and also our data become like bigger, so sometimes we have the issues of handling the big file, big data, and then come out with a report in Excel. It's a bit like lagging. And also we may not allow to cater the transactional data, which is like more than millions of row. So due to that, then Microsoft come out with Power BI. And we would like to look at how do we do reporting in Power BI. And mainly we would like to focus on the series that we have. We do have it like powerful visualization using Power BI. And I would say this is actually the introductory course for those stepping into the Power BI course. And then we have data modeling and calculation. So once we know the introductory level, we will like to further do analytics by doing calculation. And also we do have the expert level as well. And this is the Power BI series. But anyhow, I also like come out with one special training just targeting for HR department, where I know that HR department, there are different roles, different teams involved. Anyhow, how can we compile the HR analytics dashboard using Power BI? So this course I prepared for 3 days. And for this course outline that we cover for these 3 days, I'm going to like just show you the key learning of these 3 days. So in these key learning, right, we are going to learn like getting your data. So most important, when you want to do report, we need the data. So how do we get the data from text file, CSV file, or from the Excel file, SharePoint, or even sometimes we do have forms. Like when we talk about HR, we do training, we collect a lot of response from the employee. So we do Microsoft form, Google form. So how do we connect to the form and then get the data into our reporting? And most importantly, we would like to also get the latest data by using that. Then after getting the data, sometimes the data like not very clean or maybe not ready for reporting. Then we need to do like data transformation. So we have a tool called Power Query in Power BI software where we can actually use the Power Query to transform the data where we are making the data ready for reporting. And also, when we talk about HR report, we may get data from multiple sources. Example, we may get data from training team, or we get data from the payroll team, and also we get data from the leave tracking. Then how do we like consolidate all the data? We will do like relationship between the data and then also do some calculation on the data so that we can prepare the analytics accordingly. Then after that, we will come out with the report and also the visualization. And also when you add the report and visualization, we would like to also make sure that the report interactive report. So sometimes you would like to see that report in a different angles. So we are going to add element like bookmark, drill through, and also the slicer, filters, so that we can view the report in a different angle. And also finally, how do we distribute the report to our teammates and also to our managers so that they can anytime, anywhere can access the report rather than we use our traditional way of like last time we send email or even nowadays the normal Excel file, PowerPoint, we can share through the SharePoint, but we do have a better way of publishing the report so that while we give the permission, those access for the user, they can view our report. So these are the key learnings of the HR analytic dashboard here. So also for this webinar, I would like to also look at the calculation so that we will be also looking at the more analytics in the Power BI HR dashboard. Okay. So by looking at this key element, we want to look at what is the learning outcome that we are going to get it by using this HR analytics of the 3 days learning. So for the learning outcome, I would like to show the live report to you all. So this is one of the HR summary report. So now this is still in the Power BI desktop. So I created the report where you can see that we have a lot of data set. And by using the data set, we would like to start to do the report. So first I would like to share with you the final output. What are we going to look at? Example, I'm moving to the report view. And then this is the overview of the report. And this overview of the report, I would like to see that HR overview. How many 8 counts do we have? Overall, how many staff, how many males, how many females, and also year-to-date operation costs like the paid salary, paid medical, paid claims. And also we would like to see that the employment by employment type and then employee by ethnicity and also the age group so that we can analyze, are we having the age group, the seniors or the younger generation to kids more, or also based on the job title. And to make this report interactively to view, example, I have given a slicer for department. So example, if I go choose the finance department, the entire dashboard updated to the finance department or IT department or marketing. So as per the selection, the report get updated. So before this, we may do like report, charts, or pivot table in Excel, but then it's going to be like more static type of report where you do the chart from Excel, then copy to your PowerPoint. But then if let's say we would like to see in a different angle by department, then you have to create another chart. But here in Power BI, we can always make it as a interactive dashboard. So we avoid, or we can actually create one report and we can view it in a different way rather than creating too many reports. And same goes to, we have like other type of comparison. So I would like to see by nationality, foreigners and Malaysian. So the whole dashboard will be updated. And with that, this is the overview of the summary for the whole company. Then maybe we would like to also look at cost. So like a payroll normally will give us that. So we will navigate to the another page, cost. So here we can see that we have the total how much year to date we pay accommodation for those traveling, training, and paid transport allowance or medical. And also we would like to calculate the total amount and also the percentage of the payment that we make. And also we would like to see, like for salary, which type of category of the job title we are paying the more salary, so that we can actually look at our operation cost. And also we would like to see the detail of the claims, so we can break down and see that who is the highest and lowest to analyze, and we can take action further based on this analytics. And same goes to, if let's say we have the selection by department, so I would like to do the selection accordingly. So we can also view by which department, or maybe we would like to also go by duration base. Example, I would like to say only for quarter 1 or quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. Oops, quarter 4 no data. We are still in the quarter 3, so we haven't get data for quarter 4. So the moment I put in my new data for quarter 4, I don't want to redo the report. I would like to get the automated report. So when I just put in the new data, I want this report to be automatically get the new data. So we also want to look at how do we like automate the report using Power BI. So with that, I go back to like other quarters here. And also we do have the training. So we do have this training detail. So usually after we conduct the training, we would like to analyze that how many staff we already trained and how many courses we have conducted already. So this is a year to date. So this company already conducted 7 courses with the 399 staff they already trained. So earlier when we look at the overview page, we have 1,000 staff, but then almost quarter 3, we only trained 391. So later the calculation, we would like to see how many percentage of the staff that we already trained, so that we can measure by percentage in a better way lah. And also we would like to see which is the course that more popular, so that the L&D team can plan for next year, or these are the course that mostly attended. So we will be also organizing this course for the coming years, where we want to do the TNA, training needs analysis. So this report also will help. And also we are looking at when you do the monthly training, are we doing consistently? Every month I do 2 training, or maybe some of the month lesser or some of the month higher. So I also want to do the trend of more courses or less courses compared to previous month by using the line chart. And same goes to, we do have the comparison by department. So by department, how many staff I already trained, or how many training for that particular team we already conducted. So we can always see through the slices selection. And also we are coming to, after we do the training, we are collecting the evaluation. So evaluation is like another factor for us to decide whether this training good to go next, and also maybe need to do some modification for certain things. So we are looking at the evaluation as well. So when we go to evaluation, so this is the overall cost detail. where you can see the content, what is the score, exercise, what is the score per 5 as an average scoring for all of these. And with that, maybe I would like to go check course by courses. So I'm able to see that, let's say Excel courses. So for Excel courses, what is the score? 3 out of 5. Or maybe for PowerPoint, what is the score? And also we would like to go, each of the training might have a different levels we have conducted, foundation, intermediate, advanced. So we want to go through by level of the training as well. And now if let's say I filter intermediate PowerPoint, I would like to get back all very quickly. Then we can use the clear all button to come back to all the courses and all the level. And anyhow, this evaluation score, it's for overall. Maybe we would like to also go by every course by course. So for that example here, we do have the course list that we have conducted. So this is a drop-down slicer where I can see the course title with the course level and the date that we conducted. So example, I choose that particular course. So this only show the evaluation for that course. But anyhow, this is also, we can say, the evaluation summary. I would like to know each participant, how do they evaluate? Then, for example, with that, I choose the course, and then we have one component called drill through. So when I go drill through, I can see the evaluation detail. So example, now I'm selecting Excel Foundation 10 April 2025 course. So when I go evaluation detail, then I can see that this is the course that I have selected. And with that, I can see the person, how many of them attended, and also like each of them, how do they evaluate, and they are from which department, what nationality, their name, and also the department, meaning like this is considered also the attendance list. And if let's say I return to the main page of the training summary, so that is like a back button to come back. So example, now I'm selecting like another program, Power BI Intermediate on the 10th June. Then I also want to see this summary together with the detail of every participant. So I go right click, drill through to the evaluation detail so that we can see the who attended this course and what is their score for each of the item. So with that, we would like to get this type of automated report, and also the data, like we get data from training, from payroll, or do we do have another one later for demo purpose? I haven't developed this. So we would like to like consolidate multiple source data and prepare the report in Power BI to do the HR dashboard. Yeah. So this is will be the learning outcome. And I'm going to like share with you how are we going to like start to do this reporting. So to start to do this reporting, yeah, then we can actually see the data itself lah. Example, let's say I would like to start with the report. First, I'm getting the data like the employee list, but this is in a system. Then I go and import this from the, just give me 1 second, yeah. Let me just go and okay. All right. So example, let's say we would like to go through the report with employee. So just now we can track the job title or which department are they from. So I'm getting the latest list from the employee system. Then when I extract the data, it comes to a Excel file. So if I look at this Excel file here, so this is like a raw data. Normally when you extract, it's look like a raw data here, where you can see their ID, first name, last name, and all the detail about the staff. So as of now, when I import from the system, I can see that we have about 1,000 1010 rows of the employee. So this is like a very raw data lah. So I want this data to be in our report. And also I noticed that the data got some issues, maybe example duplicate or blank row. So when you do report, it's also most important your data accuracy. So Power BI will give you a complete solution of how can we like also when you get the data, clean up the data at the same time. Do I automate the cleanup? So next time when I have new data, it will automatically clean up. So with that, this data, let me demo to you. How do we import to Power BI and start using it to prepare the report that I show you. So if let's say with that, I'm starting a new Power BI report. So usually when you want to Power BI report, right, we need to start with Power BI desktop. And this Power BI desktop, many of them ask question, is it a licensed software? No, this is a free software. You can just like search on the browser and then download and install on your computer. But if you are using any company laptop, just get permission to install and we can start develop the report. Then after we develop the report, if let's say we would like to distribute, share the report with your teammate, then only we need the license to publish the report. But while we are using the Power BI desktop to develop the report, we do not need the license. So I'm starting with my Power BI desktop. So with that example, I'm already like coming to the welcome page. So I go to the blank report. So with the blank report, I would like to get the data and the data is coming from Excel file. So Excel is one of the very common source data. So I go to like home ribbon, get data, then common data source, Excel workbook. Then when I go for it, I need to browse where am I having the data. So with that, I go to the file that I'm having, SEMA employee. So once I choose the file, then open. Then it's connecting to the data source file. Then one Excel file may contain multiple worksheets, and also in Excel file, we may create table. So I have a few table and few worksheet. Example, I only want the employee table. So when I choose, I'm able to see the preview of the data before I decide, is this data that I needed for import and use in my report? So with that, I do selection of the employee table. Then I go to the bottom and click load. So load means we are now connecting to the data source and reading the data in Power BI. So it's loading and the loading time depends on how big is your data size. So if let's say your data quite huge, it may take a bit longer time, but also it depends on your laptop or PC processing or the spec here. If let's say we are using a high spec, then the Power BI will process that more faster. Okay, so after I import, then I can see that I already import the employee table. Then now I can't see the preview because of by default Power BI, we are in the report view. So report view only to show the chart or the summary table. So if I would like to see the raw data, then I go to the table view, and normally the views are on the left. So when I click on the table view, then I can see the data preview here. And at the bottom, we can see that how many rows do we have in this table. But remember I said, when I look at the data, I look at some of the row blank and also the data, sometimes they go and key in twice. So there are some duplicate entry. So before we start doing the report, we need to go and clean up the data. So to clean up the data, we are going to use Power Query. So now we are in Power BI window and I would like to go to the Power Query window to clean up. So I go to Home ribbon, and then this Transform Data will help us to go to the Power Query, and that will help you to massage and clean up the data. So when I go to Transform Data, then I can see that we are coming to the Power Query window. So from here, I can see employee table as a query, and the source already import, navigating the data into the column, and every column we already recognize the header, including the data type. But also we need to like careful. Example, IC number should be stored as a text. Then date of birth, it should be stored as a date. Then only later when you want to calculate this month, how many birthday, or next month, how many birthday. So the date of birth must be in the correct date format. So then the other detail, so all are here already. So then I do my cleanup of the data, which is like a blank row to clean up. So just now the count 1011, it's actually including the blank row. So then I go to Home ribbon, click the remove row, remove blank row. So when I do the cleanup, Power Query will capture the cleanup into the applied step. So with that, next time when you have new data, the cleanup process automatic. So now we are also like what we are doing. Every time when you get new data, we spend more time to clean up again. So wasting the time. So Query will help you to automate the cleanup process. So after do that, I would like to go and remove the duplicate. But for that, I need to check the unique column. So I use the employee ID and then go remove duplicate. So ID should be unique. Maybe we also can use like passport number or IC number column to remove the duplicate. So with that, later when you do the report, the data more accurate. So after I remove the duplicate, the apply step also will capture that, remove duplicate. And then I can see that the first name, last name column, maybe when they key in, the system just capture it as a lowercase. But I would like to do reporting with the first character uppercase. So it's a very simple feature, but I really love it because when I get data, I have these issues as well. So I choose the first name column and last name column. Then I go to Transform ribbon and then click the format. And here we have the choice to, do you want the column data to be like uppercase everything or just capitalize the first word? So I'm going to choose the capitalize each word. So next time, we don't worry, when you get new data, it will automatically capitalize accordingly. And also for reporting purpose, I would like to join first name and last name. So normal Excel, we use concatenate. So here in Power Query, we use merge column. So while I'm selecting the first name, last name, I'm going to add column ribbon. And then we have the merge column function. So when I do that, the column combine together. Then the separator, I would like to have space between first name, last name, and the new column name, full name. So the new column always towards the end of the table. So with that, we can do more cleanup. And as I said, next time when you have new data, it will automatically clean up. Then I close the Power Query. So we normally use close and apply so that the cleanup we done in Power Query will apply to Power BI window. So now I'm back to the Power BI window. So the changes are applied. So now we see that this employee table after cleanup, I only have 1,000 employee without the blank row and duplicates. Okay. So then let's say we have another data set. For employee, I also wanted to go and check the cost of operation. But then the cost of operation here, the payroll system only allow me to import data. Example, if I'm getting data for this month, then I only can see this month data. Where is the folder? Okay. So the system only allow me to import 1 month data at a time. So with that, I'm getting multiple files. So this scenario, what happened? Every month when you get the new data, we need to open, clean up, do pivot table summary report. Then next month again, open, do the report. But the February data in another file. And come to year end, we also like something redo because our boss asking for year-end report, consolidate January until December. So now at the beginning when I want to do, why not we consolidate from the beginning itself? So if you receive this type of duration like monthly or a weekly data, then Power BI help you to import as a folder level. So let's see how do we import as a folder level. So what I do, create a folder called cost and I position all my Excel file. Now I have January to July. Maybe what I do, I just cut the July file, move it outside here first. Okay. Okay. So the July file we have, July, August still outside of the folder. So assuming as of now, we only have up to June file. Then I go to my Power BI home ribbon and then get data drop down. So usually this only, the list show only common data source, not all. In order to see a complete list, we can go to more. Then we choose the category file. And then we can import data from Excel, DAX, CSV, PDF also supported. I love this as well because sometimes after my training, I get the attendance list, but they give me in a PDF. I just want the name list. So I will just use the PDF file to import to Power BI. So anyhow, now for cost, we are using the folder, then connect. Then I browse to the folder part. So this is at my, once again, yeah, the part is quite deep. Power BI. Then I go to the HR and then I choose the cost folder. So we need to choose the folder that actually we have all the file related to the cost. So after I choose the cost folder, then the path already recognized here. Then I click OK. Then we will come to the how many files in this folder now. So we have 6 files. So now I go to the bottom. Earlier, just now for employee, it's a single file data import. So I only use the load. But now it's a folder multiple file data import. Then we need to use the combine and load. So when you click combine, then only it will show the combine and load. So when I click that, we are combining all the files together to load. Then you will come to the parameter dialog box. So with that, I choose the worksheet name in the file. So it will actually show one of the sample file. First file, usually January. Then with that, I can see the data with the worksheet name paid. Then these are the column that we have. So the system capture employee ID only with the salary paid for the month, transport, how much they claim, medical and accommodation. So I need this data. So after choose the worksheet, then I click OK. Then we are loading in progress. Loading completes. Okay, now we can see that in our table view, Power BI desktop, we also can see the employee table and cost table. Why the cost table sitting on top, even though we import after employee? Because this is a alphabetical arrangement. And also when you import or get data, the sequence which one you import first, later, not an issue lah. So now we get the cost table. So cost table is a combination of January until June. So I can see the employee ID, salary, transport, medical, accommodation column. But also it is going to give me the source name column, because later in our final report, we want to identify this particular row belong to which month. So as of now, we have the 6 months data joined as one table. So last time, before Power BI, Power Query, I do like very long way. Like what I do when I get monthly file, I create one file, master sheet, then I go January, copy paste all. Let's say 800 rows. Then I go February, copy without the header. Then I come to the master, go row 801 to paste the Feb. Then I continue accordingly. And if any one of you doing that also, but then after this, hopefully no lah. So we can also do folder level import. So Power BI able to like combine all together. So after we do that, so now we have like 6,000 rows of data here, which is combination like 1,000 employee. Every month I have 6 months, 6,000 rows here. And with that, if let's say next time when I want to like add a new month data, so I just go to my payroll system, export the data. Then now let's say we already get July data. So I just like move my July file into the cost folder. And I confirm already added the July file into the folder. Then I come to my Power BI and I just go to home ribbon and refresh. So it will refresh all the table. Even though like example, employee table got new data, it will refresh. Then when I refresh already, so the refresh close automatically. After that, we'll see the tick symbol here. So now the refresh success. So I can go and check the source name column. There you go, July file already in. So now we have, you see, there are 7,000 rows there. So with that, the report that I showed, the charts and everything, also will be automated with the new data set as well. Okay. So then for this data here, I want to do some transformation on the data. So let's say if I want to do some transformation like just now, I can go to the Power Query to do that. And when I go to the Power Query, then we can actually get the cleanup on this data here. Okay. Hi everyone, just a quick answer for the question. Actually, because this is a webinar, right? And I do really provide the exercise file to y'all because I prefer y'all watch the demo, understand what I'm saying. And later you will have the video passed to you so you can go through while watching the video. Because now if you start doing together with me, then our time frame not enough already. All right. So after the session, you will get the video for you to try on your own. Okay. So with that, we are actually going to look at some cleanup on this data here. So I go to my home ribbon, click on transform data. Then I can see that we have the data for cost, which is combination for all the month. And by looking at this data, right, I can do cleanup. Example, remove the blank row. And also, 1 month, one employee will get salary, but this table will combine multiple months. So we cannot just remove duplicate by employee ID, then the second month salary, third month salary on the same employee will be get deleted. So we need to choose like employee ID and source name column, then only remove duplicate. So based on the logic of the data, we can also use multiple column to remove the duplicates. Then after we do that, then let's say I would like to generate in final report. Just now you see I generated like quarterly or a monthly. So I need to get a date column from this source. So now the name of the file, like I put 1 Jan expenses, 2 Feb expenses. So I follow the numbering and also the month name. So based on the month name, I would like to generate a date column. So how easy to do that? I choose the source name column and I duplicate the column. And then I'm going to split the column by delimiter. Then we can actually see the delimiter as a space. And I want to split each occurrence of the delimiter. Then click OK. Then it is get splitted. So I'm able to see the month column alone. So later in our report, we can use this to do the monthly or a quarterly report. But anyhow, this month column now coming out as a text column. I want to make it as a date. So I choose the month column. Then I go to the red column. So in Power Query, we also can do data modeling, which is like more on adding a new column as a DAX calculation. So like I said, I demo like 2-in-1. So when you come out with a more comprehensive report, we also need to like do some calculation to come out with new column, new measure. So Power Query also will help you to come out with a new column. So for that, while I'm choosing the source name column, I go to the add column from example and from selection, because the date we are going to extract based on the selected column. So it should be column from example from selection. Then I will be getting one new column to type how I want the date to be. So I go and type based on the first row, the date I want, 1st of January /2025. So my data only comprise on 1 year. So I just entered this year's year, enter. So it's able to capture the month. Then once I get it, click OK. Then I change the data type to date. So because now it's still as a text. So the icon beside the column indicate the data type. And if you want to change the data type, you click the icon, then we get the drop down to choose the correct data type. So we are selecting now as a date data type. So we're able to see the new column. Then I rename this as a salary date. Okay. So with that, I'm able to see the date. So then only we can generate a duration-based report. So based on the original month name, we're able to do that. So now we do some transformation for January until July. So now let's say if I close and apply to back to the Power BI window, the changes updated on my cost table. Then I can see the salary date column. So this cleanup and this transformation as per July data. So now if let's say I'm getting the August data ready, so I'm just positioning the August data to the cost folder. And once I move the file to the folder, I recheck. And also very careful, you only can position the identical data set in the folder, and only the identical data set we can do folder level import. So, and once we do that, I go and refresh my Power BI report. Then I'm able to see the updates. Then now you can see that August file already in, and the transformation on the August file automated already. Okay, so that's how we can, like I said, automate the report. So now when you get these two data, this example demo I used to employee and cost. So in employee table, I only can see employee ID. Then I'm not sure the department or the job title. So let's say we would like to create a report, total salary by department or total cost for the accommodation, transport, medical by department. Then the department I need to get from the master list or employee table. So that is also another way of modeling your data. So if you, let's say you want to consolidate multiple data, like usually Excel, what we do, if let's say the column not there, when you do pivot, we look up the column and do pivot table. Like here, the cost table, no department column, we go and we look up the column. So when you compile all data in one table, like we said, the file size become very big, then we complain the report too slow, not responding. So Power BI able to consolidate separate data file and then do the combined report. So with that, to do that, I'm going to do the third process of combining the data. So I just go to the model view. Then I can see that Power BI, very power. So it identifies the matching column between the table, and it is already automatically created the relationship between employee ID to employee ID with the two table. So with that, if let's say the data matching found, the relationship will be automatically created. So with that, now the data ready for reporting. So let's do the reporting. So I go to my report view. And then I would like to get total salary paid by department. And I would like to do the comparison. So the best is column chart or bar chart. That is the best for highest lowest comparison. So for that, I'm now coming to the report view, and by default we have page 1. So I would like to get the column chart here. So then I go to visualization pane and click the column chart. So there are also different type of column. So we are selecting now the clustered column chart. And once I choose the column chart, then I'm ready to add the data into the chart. So I go to the data pane. Then I'm going to add, let's say now I'm doing by job title. So I choose job title from the employee table. So when I choose, I normally use the checkbox to select. So when you choose the data, similar to pivot table concept, I can see in my visualization pane, this data job title added to the x-axis. Then I also need y-axis value. If not, the chart cannot be plotted. Then I wanted to add in the salary from the cost table. So I go to the cost table and select the salary column. And salary is a number. So with that, we can see the salary automatically will summarize into sum function. So when I get the sum function, meaning it's a total salary from January to August. So I'm able to see the combination from the two table data set with the relationship. We're able to recognize then how much we are paying for executive manager. So basically our cost of operation, we are paying more salary, meaning we have more people for executive level. And then even though HOD is the highest level, but we have a fewer HOD based on one department, one HOD. Then that's why we have only lesser of the HOD. And same goes to if let's say I want to do line chart or column chart, we can add the data from multiple file to come out with like just now the visualization. So after I'm doing the visual, like this is a total salary by job title, I would like to see department by department. Then we do add interaction. So how to add interaction? Then we can actually go and get the employee table to show the department. But before that, I would like to add a slicer. So maybe most of you or some of you have done pivot table in Excel, and we do have slicer. So Power BI also supports that. So I'm doing new visual. So cursor must be on the blank area at the page. Then I go visualization pane and click slicer. So the icon look like filter icon. And normally when you mouse over, it will display the name of the object. So this is a slicer. So when I click, I'm able to see the new object ready to add data. So I'm going to employee table and add the department to the slicer. So I can see the list of department. And also I can actually make it like more formatted. So nice to view the final report. So I choose the slicer. Then under visualization pane, the icon like chart with the paintbrush represent format visual. And we expand slicer setting. And the style now vertical list. So like vertical list lah. So maybe if the list too long, I need to like make it like long. Then I change the style to tile. So if I change to the tile style, this become like button type of slicer. Then we can resize the slicer. If let's say you want to make it smaller or bigger. Then once you resize, so this is the chart and this is the slicer. And same goes to if let's say I want to like format the chart, I choose the chart, then I go visualization pane, and then we have format visual. So we can format x-axis, y-axis. Normally x, y-axis is just the font format. I leave it default. Then I go to the data label and turn on the data label. So I can also see the value of how much the salary we paid for exec manager in the data label. And with that, we can do further formatting as well to enhance the report. And now to, let's say when you go meeting or discussion, you want to go by department. Example, I choose finance. How many, this is for finance department or marketing department or sales department. Okay. Then if I clear the selection, back to all the department. So that is the interaction can be added. And also when you plan for dashboard, right? Now the chart only can show you the breakdown by every job title. How much for exec manager, but it doesn't show the grand total. So it's also good when you plan the HR dashboard or even any type of dashboard here. We would like to show the grand total. So we do have another type of visual we call card. So I go to the visualization pane and then I choose the card. So we do have card and also card new. Card new is better to use, recommended to use because card new also can be added like icon to make your report look like more graphical type of report. So if I choose the card, then I can actually go and add the total salary. So I just add the salary from the cost table. Then I can see the total salary paid 50 million. So I can move where I want to position it. So with that now, example, if I go and do selection by marketing. So marketing, we only paid 7 million. IT, we only pay 6 million. Or finance, we paid 5 million. So the interaction also will be updated the entire page if you have multiple visual. So that is where like we also get the idea of when you plan for the dashboard, what are the components to be included so you can get a complete report for HR dashboard. And now, for example, you want to do like more on calculation to make it more analytics here. So we do have the another part of training which we like also generic to other department as well. So which is data modeling and calculation in Power BI. Like just now we noticed when I add number column, it will automatically sum up. But let's say I want to do others where you want to involve some further calculation can be done also. And calculation in Power BI, it's called data analysis expression, which is DAX in short, yeah. So DAX calculation, like Excel, we can do calculation, formula to get new data, analyze. Same goes to Power BI. So the calculation, we have different categories as well. Example, aggregation, date and time, filter, logical, relationship, table, tax, information function lah. So example, one of the very common function that we use in a Power BI is calculate function. So the calculate function example here, just now when I calculate the total salary, this is for all the gender, sorry lah, for male and female, right? Maybe one of the analytics that I want to get, which is, I want the total salary only for male. So maybe that that value, I need to do some analytics here. So then that one, rather than we are using another filter, we can actually create the calculation and also later we can convert to percentage. So for that, I can create the calculation as a measure. So I go to cost table, and then I right click the cost table and then do new measure. So with the new measure, I can come to the formula bar and then I type okay. So I put male salary lah. The name is our choice. So now I just do it as a male salary. And this is like the basic function of calculate. So I just direct do the formula. So I do CA and get the calculate function. And I need the total general for all the staff. So I need to use another function sum. So I type SU and choose the sum function and get the column salary from cost table. So the sum function only need the column name. After that, I close bracket, then comma. So now the calculate function, there are two arguments. The first one is for getting the summarization. I'm done with that. Total salary is an expression. But this is for all, male and female. Then I need to do the second one, which is the filter. So you need to define the filter condition. So the filter condition, I need to choose the employee gender. So I type the gender column. So I just type the key character GN, and from the drop down I can choose employee gender equals, and the gender, it's like male, female, text. So we need to have double quote. So we can type the gender here, MALE, and the calculation in Power BI, not case sensitive. Okay. Then I close bracket, enter. So the calculation already created. So after I'm done the calculation, I can check on my data pane. The calculation already done. And the icon normally will display with the calculator icon. So with that, now I would like to view this is a total salary overall, but then I just want to view for male only. So I'm just adding the same card with the calculation I'm done. So I choose the card, then I go to the cost table and the male salary I'm adding in with the checkbox selection. Then I just resize. Oh, then we can see that total for 50M, but only for male 26M. So when you do any conditional type of calculation, then we need to use this calculated function. And also if you do other selection in your slicer or in your chart, that value also keep updated accordingly. Okay, so this is one of the calculation that we can do. Another example, let's say we go for date and time. So date and time, a lot of comparison we can do. Example for, like say, not only for HR, other department as well. Example, sales, marketing, right? We always want to see even the company, every company doing business, we would like to see the growth last month and this month. And how am I going to, like, if let's say I have almost we are ending end of the year, I want to do comparison month by month, previous month to current month, and I don't want to do the formula too many for every month. We do have one standard calculation where you can actually do that and get the summary calculation very quickly. Yeah. So if let's say we are going to go and check on the calculation. So I use another example here. 1 second. Okay. So in this example, what I did, I'm having this. This is a sales report, just now HR. So calculation I show in another sample here. So I'm looking at this breakdown where this is we call matrix in Power BI. So this matrix similar to pivot table where I already have the monthly breakdown. So I'm having 2 years of value or data. So start January 24 until this year. So I can scroll and see until December because it's a sales pre-order. I do have until December this year. So now I would like to compare the growth. Then I can use the formula to create. So I go to my data table, which is called order table here. And this order table, I right click, new measure. And then I will come to the formula bar to create the formula. So I type the name as growth previous month. So I put PM growth. So the name your choice up to use lah. Okay. But this formula quite lengthy formula because first I need to find, let's say current month March, I need to find the previous month. If current month May, the previous month April. After get the previous month, I need to know the difference between current and previous. Then only I can calculate the growth based on the differences current and previous month based on the last month value lah. So in Power BI, when you do like long calculation, it is also recommended to split the calculation, variable and return. So it will be giving you a better performance when loading the report lah. Like sometimes people complain, click loading takes too long. So to minimize that, we do variable and return. So my first variable, I would like to find previous month value. So I just put the name PM, then equal. Then I'm going to use the function calculate. Calculate is a base function lah. Most of the function we need to join with calculate. So calculate function, first I need to get the total for the order quantity. So this is a order table here. Then after I'm getting the order quantity, I just want to find the previous month. So the previous month formula. So previous month, previous day. Example, if you are in a production site, you want to do daily comparison or quarterly or yearly, we can do previous day, previous month, previous quarter or previous year. So I choose the previous month formula. Then I need the date column. So I'm choosing the date column from my calendar table. Then close bracket. So this will find me the previous month value. Then I define the second variable. So I go another line. So if let's say you want to go next line, just use Shift Enter. So when I go next line, I'm getting the next variable difference. So the difference should be current month, which is the total quantity. So I do the sum function to get the total quantity by current month. And then close a bracket, minus with the previous month. So the variable I define as PM. So I choose the PM variable. Then after that, I would like to find the growth after get the difference. So this is already the final calculation. So we will do as a return. So the return, I'm going to use divide function. Let's say last month 30K, this month 50K. So 50 minus 30, 20K. So 20K divide by previous month, the base, to get the growth percentage. So we use the divide with the diff value or the diff variable, and also with the denominator as the previous month, and then close bracket, enter. So the calculation already created. So it's a like very general, where we already mentioned I want to get previous month and the different current month minus the previous month, and then we get the divide the different, like 20K different with the base value of previous month. So after I press enter, the calculation already done ready, then I can show in my report. So I choose my matrix on the page, then I'm adding the measure that I calculated, PM growth. Then I can see that, but now don't come in panic or what. January, no previous month. So that's why it's still empty. But I can see that from the February, March onwards. So if it's a drop, negative value, increase, positive value. But anyhow, it still show in a decimal. So I choose the measure that I created. Then I go to the measure tools ribbon. And then we do that as a percentage format. So now I can able to calculate the growth. Usually the growth we calculate as a percentage. So with that, you see the calculation general. I just do one time the calculation, but now we can compare by every month by month already. So no more like Excel, this column minus this, then the another column minus this, one by one. So it's like very quick. And also another advantage, now I see the report by team and salesperson breakdown. Maybe I would like to view by product and category. So I just remove the raw data with the team and manager name. Then I just add in the detail by product table, which is product origin and product name. Then after adding the data, normally like pivot, we just drag the data. And then because this is a matrix, usually when you put more than one data, it's not like in an expand view by default. So we need to like expand, then we can able to see the by product breakdown already, like the group. So the calculation, as I said, we just do it like one calculation, but generally you can use for any type of breakdown. So with that, we do have different types of the measure that we can do. And with that, we can actually go and create the reports accordingly. So that's why we have the different categories of the measures that we can create. And same goes to if let's say, sometimes people say that, Rina, I don't want to compare March to Feb or December to November, because we can say November still consider peak season, but December holiday season, not many sales. So I would like to compare like this year December to last year December. So then we have another type of calculation. It's also general. You just do one calculation. We can like use it for different type of month or breakdown. So example, this calculation I already done. Just I just demo one. So in my order table, I already done the calculation for the total quantity for previous year. So the one I name it as total quantity LY. Okay. So the calculate function, total quantity, which is general for all. Then I choose same period last year function. So same period means like this year December, last year December. This year June, last year June. Then with that, I minus the different current month with the previous. Then finally, we divide the value to make it as a percentage. So after I'm done with the calculation, then I just go to my matrix. Then I'm just adding the measure that I do, total quantity LY, then it's already here lah. But again, don't panic. You can say that, why is it like not able to see? This is because of last year, I don't have data for year 2023, but I scroll to year 2025, then I can see the growth already, which is example, January 2025, it compared to January 2024, February 2025 compared to February 2024. So that's how we can create like duration-based report. So you can use like a different types of the calculation in the date and time. So there are other many categories that we can create. And also example, sometime as a salespeople, right, we would like to go and get our customer with like who are the inactive customer last 3 months, so that I can go and ask them and then check with them what happened. So we can do some calculation to come out with the inactive customer, who are they. So with that, the table that I do have this formula, and this formula we call accept formula, yeah. And this is one of like comparison type of formula or the DAX calculation lah. So example, I can see that from customer table is my master list, then order table is the activity table, and now I'm looking at the comparison between the master table and the order table. Then we are coming to the counting. So it is like coming to how many. So with that, I can display the value here. And now if let's say, if I give this to my salespeople, they can select what they want to view. Maybe example, for this year, 2025, who are the active customer? But in 2025, they only want to see for quarter one. Or quarter one, there are 14 inactive customer. Or quarter three, year 2025, these are the inactive customer. Or I just want to see for particular month, July, or this inactive customer. So we can like create more analytics by adding the calculation in Power BI, yeah, because the raw data, most of the time we can like do the basic calculation, sum, count, but you can't do more analytics without doing the calculation. So Power BI cater the different types of calculation. Like I demo to you a few, and like today is like more on a webinar. I just give you some not introduction, a few demo. How do we do the calculation so that you can get the final report here. So to wrap up the session, I back to the overview of. So I would like to say that we are going to create a more on how can we create interactive dashboard for HR by using multiple source, like how do I do an overview of report and also the cost operation of the report for training report and also the evaluation where we can see that how they evaluate overall, and we also can choose the particular training. Let's say now I want to choose the Excel Advanced on the 5th March, and I want to see the detail of the training, so we can use the drill through to go and view the report, and you can see that. So how do we like consolidate multiple data into the Power BI? And most importantly, after we're done with the report, we can share the report with our teammate so they also can go and access the report. Okay, so with that, with this time frame, I would like to share this with you all. Hopefully, we can see you more. And hi, Adam. From my side, I'm done with my demo, some of it. So pass to you.
Okay. Thank you, Jarina, for your sharing to all of us. And I think everyone is waiting for the best moment that they wanted actually. And that will be a Q&A session lah for them. So for those that would like to ask any question, you may actually key in your question at the Q&A box on the top of your screen, and we'll be answering them one by one. Okay. So for the question that we have now, Jarina, the first one will be how to save PBIT without any residual data from Power Query. Basically, I would like to make a template free of any data that and get only accessible data upon load. For instance, SharePoint list with per item permission control. Do you get the question?
Yeah. Okay. So usually when we like publish the report, right, the data set also will be published together. But anyhow, when we save as a PBIT file, right, because we would like to make it as a template where you can say, I think it's the question from Fu, yeah, they can replace the data set. And now the Microsoft, they call it as a semantic model. So when you publish the report, we can actually make it as a template in the published view, and then whenever they open or download the report, they can just go and change the semantic model based on their team or the data, so then it can actually replace. And with that also they minimize the effort, like preparing the whole report from the scratch, but they just like put in their data and then they can actually go and use that. And when you publish the data, right, the data just publish the final output, which is the clean data, and it won't publish the Power Query together. And that is the reason also when you are starting from the scratch, we need to use Power BI desktop to do. But anyhow, when you want to share the report, you need to publish the report on the cloud. Okay, so further detail, I think later I will put in a nice, not nice, the more detail, then I will send to you in our thank you email. Next, Adam.
So the next one will be from Far East. I'm not sure you can get this. The get data is the data gateway.
Okay, get
That's the only
data.
question,
Yeah, that question, yeah. Get data, right? Meaning like we are getting data from the source data. But the term gateway, we never use for get data, because gateway is something like It is a mediator, like now my data example in my SharePoint, in my local drive, or even can be shared folder. But now let's say just now I show manual refresh in Power BI desktop. After I publish the report, we can do like auto refresh, and the refresh we call schedule refresh. So to do the schedule refresh, we need a mediator to talk to the source data, and the mediator is the one we call data gateway. So the data gateway is actually to like you already connect to the data source, but the data gateway help you to become a mediator to talk to the data source and then do like auto refresh.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Then the next one from Loganadin. Is there any hands-on that we can try together? If yes, can we have the sample data, please?
Okay. Like I said, due to our time frame, right? Because if you start to do with me, it will be a bit lengthy already. So that's why for now, we are not providing any data set, but later we will give you the sample for you to explore on your own and together with the video as well.
Okay. So the next one will be, hi, just now you showed how to download and combine multiple files on one folder. So can you show how to combine the data set in different tabs from one Excel file?
Oh, okay.
So,
That one we call as a append query. So basically, if let's say one Excel file, multiple tab, you cannot do like a folder level import. And a quick demo from my screen. Example now, I'm using the created report. And when I look at the data set, right, I have two identical table, which is I have a training list from Penang team and also training list for KL team. So the two team give me the table, but it is in the 152 tab. That's why it become two table. So I would like to join as a one table, and this is called append query. So for that, usually we need to do this in Power Query. So we need to go to Home, Transform Data, and then I choose the home ribbon. On the most right, we have append query. Usually best practice, I still want to keep my ORI table, KL and Penang. So I would like to do append query as new. So when I go append query as new, I can choose the table. So it can be more than two table or two or three, four, five, depend. So with that, I go and choose KL table add and then Penang table add. But just now my cursor in employee table, and this is not an identical table to join. So I use the employee and remove from here. So I basically need to append only the identical table. So KL and Penang. Okay. So this is where the two tables can be joined together. So this is called append query. Okay, Adam, go
okay.
next.
Question from Lim Wei Kwan. I think everyone would like to know this. Can you share the webinar recording as a reference for our practice? And from our side, we'll be sharing that in our email next. This will be most probably next week. Also, there's a lot more questions, but we have time restriction just now. So maybe
And I
you
think
could choose any
one
of the
last
questions.
question,
One
Adam.
last question.
Yeah, can I choose the last question?
Yes, you may.
Okay, right. So I think one of the question from I can't see the username, but then like for example, just now I showed the card 50M, 26M, right? So Power BI, like we say smart, and then it's like trying to simplify the value. Whenever you have a big number, it might show in a million or trillion or billions accordingly. So then maybe sometime you want to show different types of summarization. So for that, we just need to choose the card And then the setting, we call it as I choose the card, and the setting for it we call display unit. Then we need to go to choose the card and go to the visualization pane, format visual, and expand the call out value. And then we choose the series. The trick here is if you are looking at both series, salary for all and mail salary, the display unit not available. So the trick is you must choose series, example, sum of salary. Then only you see we have the display unit. And then we choose like 1,000, million, or none. None means it won't summarize it. And same goes to if I want to modify the mail salary, I need to choose the series to mail. Then we change it to the any value that you want to display. So that is called display unit. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And
All
then,
right.
yeah.
There's a lot more question for the floor. So for the rest of the question, we'll compile them and we'll send you through email together with the webinar video to you next week. So allow me to share my screen, Yarina.
Okay.
So just okay. Just to let all of you know, coming up, we have two exciting Power BI program. The first one will be data modeling and calculation in Power BI. I mean, I think many of you will know that as a DAX training. It's a 2-day course and will be happening on the 29th and 30th of September this month. And this one will be good for those who have attended Power BI training before. So this will be a good one for the next step for you to level up your skill. And the second one will be the HR analytic dashboard using Power BI. And this one will be a 3-day course, 3 days course. And this one will be happening on the 26th and 28th of November. And both of these courses are HRDC claimable. So if you are interested to join any of the course, you may reply to my reminder email yesterday or the thank you email that will be sent later today in the evening. Also, you may reply to our WhatsApp. Okay, this morning we have sent out on the reminder WhatsApp to all the numbers that have registered. So you can also reply to the WhatsApp number and say that you are interested in any of these two courses. Okay. So next, we also would like you to get updated, stay updated with our latest training by following us on LinkedIn. So I think you can see here there's two QR, the left one and the right one. And just a quick one while you are scanning and following us on LinkedIn. So the left one will be InfoTrack. We are focusing more on the technical skill, while the right one, CoreShare, is more on soft skill. So why we are doing this together, Power BI, because Power BI connect both worlds together. So it will be related to both soft skill and technical skill. That's the reason why we are running this webinar together actually. And it would be great if you follow us on LinkedIn, because that's the way you will know, you'll be the first one to know our new programs, our offers, our monthly webinars or maybe workshop, and more learning opportunities lah. Okay, so before we end the session, we also would like to hear your feedback. So on the screen that you can see right now, it is a QR code, which will lead you to a Microsoft form. So just share your thoughts, what training you would like to have next, or what webinar or workshop you would like us to have for you all to join. So this one will be a great one for our feedback so that we can improve on our thing for in the future. And that will be all. So again, Jaina, thank you so much for your sharing today. And also, of course, to all the participants today. So it's long weekend ahead, I think, and you're still join the webinar. So thank you so much. And for those who are going back to your hometown or going to a holiday, so have a safe journey to your destination. So have a great weekend, and I'll put the screen on. So you may just scan the QR code and share your feedback to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Adele. And hi, everyone. Again, I would like to thank everyone for joining this session. Some of you, maybe you have attended my training before, but today is like a short sharing from my side. And I hope to see you for the upcoming session to like share more. And also, we will be sending out the thank you email together with all the answer for all the question. So no worries, we will answer all your questions on the email attachment. So again, thank you and happy weekend, everyone. See you again. Bye.
Bye.